and welcome back. At this point, you've probably been anxiously awaiting to see what the beer game actually looks like. So that's the point of this video, is to show you the placemat and get you into a little bit of how the placemat works before we move on and take you through about 5 turns of the beer game. So let's talk about this. This is an 8x11. In reality, you're going to want to print this out much, much larger so that you could probably gather up to 10 to 12 people around it, move counters around, move requisitions around. So this is really just a guide to get you started. Downstream is here on the right, upstream is here on the left, and we see that the placemat is oriented into 2 major sections. The requisition flow, or the order flow, up on the top, and then the product flow on the bottom. And so we have the retailer section, the distributor section, the wholesaler, and a manufacturer, and each one has corresponding colors between requisitioning and product flow sections. I'll talk more about how requisitions move and how product moves, but just a few basics. Each portion of the supply chain has an area where they submit requisitions to the next higher portion of the supply chain. And then in terms of product movement, each portion has a place where inventory is kept and then is distributed through trucks. Each truck represents 1 week of lead time. We'll talk more about that, how that plays out, in the next video. I want to talk about the manufacturer very quickly. The manufacturer actually submits requests to itself to produce, and there's a 2-week lead time between request to produce and the actual product being available. When you position teams around the placemat, you could do it in one of 2 ways. You could have the teams all on one side, or within the teams they could sit on opposite sides. So if you have 2 people in the retail team, one person could sit down here and the other could sit over here on the other side of the table. But the main thing is that teams shouldn't be talking amongst each other. So the retail team shouldn't be discussing requisitions or what's in the pipeline or anything like that. While it seems, again, like an artificiality, that's just the nature of the game, so to speak, in order to get people primed and understanding what supply chains, how they operate, what they look like, and potentially some of their vulnerabilities. So that wraps up the structure of the placemat. In the next video, we'll actually get into how things move around a beer game by taking you through about 5 turns of the beer game. See you next time.